Lily, I know you're comfortable, but Daddy is fixing to go upstairs, and you know that anytime I go upstairs, it scares you. I don't know why. You're scared of outlets, you're scared of the walls, you're scared of ceiling fans, but I assure you, I'll be okay. She is. As soon as I head up these stairs, she's going to make a beeline for outside. Don't believe me? Watch. I'm going upstairs now. Oh, the ears have perked. The head has come up. You're going to have to get used to it sooner or later. Okay? One more step. Let me turn on the light. I'll show you what I did. I hung this remote right here. Let me just hit the power button. I can't see. That's the problem. I can't see. Light. There we go. That's all I got to do. Don't need a light switch. Okay, Lily. I got to paint today and make trim. I just want you to get used to me being up here. All right, guys. Let's there she goes. There she goes. I'm going to try to do a much better job of filming today. We have better lighting. I'm using a microphone. I apologize for the low quality filming. I am capable of doing much better. Anyway, a very quick intro, and then we're going to get busy. This is going to be a working video. We got all this done yesterday, the ceiling fan run. Yes, it was comical. It really is nothing hard to put in. It was simply, there's 4 arms that come up that these hook to. One was bent upwards, and I was not able to get that final slot in there. Anyway, we got it done. It took less than 10 minutes. It seemed longer on the video, but less than 10 minutes. So got all the electrical done. I'm going to put these back on like I have over here. And then I think I'm going to look at how much trim I have in the truck, see if I can get some, our cedar, see what kind of, I have cedar laying all over the place. I just have to find, there's even some on the walls I can take off. But we need to start getting some of this trimmed out. I want to get this painted today. I want to take these off. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to paint this door. I'm going to use what I have. Okay, I've got white and I've got a couple of grays. I'm going to paint that door white, and then I'm going to take that decorative trim. That whole piece comes off. I'm going to paint that the same color as these walls. I think that will look good. You know, and if I want to paint it green or something later, I can. But for now, it's nasty and dirty, so I need to wash it. I need to get it painted inside and out. Also, this screen door, yeah, I need to take like a wire brush and I don't know. I think this may need to just be spray painted, but we'll worry about that later. Let's get this door, this piece. I don't know if this piece comes off or not. I don't see any screw holes here. That may be a little tedious. I would imagine it does. They probably covered the screw holes. Maybe it just pops off. I don't know. Maybe it don't come off at all. Anyway, we're going to get that done. But first thing I'm going to do is put this on the wall, get that covered, and you know, I don't really know how this is going to look with this paint. I don't. We can always paint over it. I've got some stuff to cover the floor with. We're going to get that covered around there, anywhere I'm painting, so I don't get anything on the floor, because I don't want to ever have to redo this floor. So let's get going. No talking. Let's just get going. The fan is working wonderfully. Nice, beautiful day. Okay, all those are in now. It's a little wavy, but what's going to happen is when I put my trim, I'm going to frame this out kind of like a, not quite a board and batten, but we'll have a couple of strips every few feet going down because we got those seams, and we'll just figure it out as we go. But I think right now I just need to paint, because before I put any trim up, let's go down and I'll show you what I have for choices of trim and what I think I'm going to do. I'll meet you down there. All right, head on down. I'll be down there. Y'all jump off the balcony. I'm going to take the steps. No, don't jump off my balcony. All right, we're all set up out here. I just got to get my miter saw out, but we're probably, I don't know if we're going to get to this. Here's what I got. These are all good trim size. A little thicker than I'd want. These are probably 1 inch, 3/4, about 7/8. But they're all consistent, and there's plenty of it. I'll be ripping these down probably in 2-inch strips. That will give us almost 3. Might go 1 7/8, and we'll get 3 strips out of one of these. Now, these are offcuts. These are, you know, not #1 lumber. And then we have a lot of them that are thin like this, probably 1/4 inch thick. And I got this one great big one. This is a nice piece of wood. This would make some kind of a top for something. I'm going to save it. We'll figure it out. But hey, man, you know, I got all this for 40 bucks. These things, cedar, when I first came here, you would get a 6-inch by 3/4 by 8 foot for $2 a board, or $3 a board. And if you wanted the 1/2 inch thickness, it was $2 a board. Now it's like $11 for one of these. So that was a pretty good deal. All right, let's get to painting though. I know, ain't nobody likes to watch anybody paint, but I'm gonna put it on time lapse because it goes quicker that way. I wish I could put the real painting on time lapse, but it doesn't work that way. Oh, let me show you one other thing what I'm gonna do. Let me meet you back upstairs. Y'all climb the house, and I'll take the stairs. Okay. Okay. Now this is some great stuff. This is spray foam, some kind of foam. Now previously I put covers on this. I'm going to fill them with this foam, and then after it's cured, I'll slice it down nice and flat with a wall, paint over it, and we'll hang a picture or something there. I've got some holes where the old camera wires were. We got to fill that in. I'm going to fill in that outlet box. Now when you open a can of this, you got to use the whole can. So if these are not going to take the whole can, so I had to kind of walk around and find some spots I need to fill so we don't waste it. So and it doesn't have to be clean or any of that. Make sure it's real good and shaken up here. Shake it, shake it, shake. Shake it, shake. Shake your booty. Shake your booty. I'm just leaving the wires and everything in there. That initial layer. Look at that. Huh? Oh, don't get it everywhere now. Get it in there. Jam it in. You don't need to fill the whole thing. It'll come out on its own. Get up in there. All right, that ought to be enough. Okay, let's catch these holes. Ooh, I don't want to get that on the... If it does get on the floor, it'll peel off. All right, let's stick a little dab do you there. A little dab will do you there. Yeah, it doesn't matter if it gets on the floor. It ain't gonna hurt nothing. Okay, let's scrape that off. Go over to the outlet. It's a lazy man's way of fixing a hole in sheetrock. I'm a lazy man. Get up in there. I guarantee you it works. Okay. A little more there. Like I say, if it hits the floor, it don't matter. It's coming out. I think we're going to need another jab up in there. Jab up in there. You just want to make sure there's enough that it exceeds the wall. It comes out past the wall. Okay. Go outside. I got a hole out here I want to fill. Keep the wasps out of here in the spring. Really works great on exterior. Anywhere them little buggers can get in, you want to fail. Cleans up pretty good, easy too. You just take a long knife and scrape it downward. All right, that's filled up. All right, now I have scoped out a few cavities in this. This is going to have a board across the top, but we've got cavities in there that we can get rid of the rest of it with. Because you don't want to waste it. It's like $8 a can, you know. There's one. May or may not fill in. You just don't want to waste it. Anywhere mice or any of that, this stuff's great for that. All right, here's a one here. Oops. Can's almost empty. If you've never played with great stuff, man, you're missing out. Because it's great stuff. Gonna hold them wires in place. All right, we're just about empty. Now, let's see if we can add a little more here. There, that's nice and full now. See how we're doing over here. Let's put a little more right there. There we go. It doesn't take this long to set up. We can go ahead and start painting and paint around it. And we've got that filled. I don't think there's anything else out here. I've got a little bit left in the can. What do I do with it? All right, here's a little cubby hole right there. You gotta think like a wasp, man. Here, right here. Yeah. I don't know what this purpose of this 2x4 is, but we'll get rid of some stuff. There's a little wasp nest hole. And you just come, oh, well, I guess we're done. All right, that's it. Okay, well, that stuff's setting up. Let me straighten up a little bit in here. I don't need to film that. Get some of this floor covered with, I've got this paper here we're going to cover. I got to go get some tape out the shed. And we'll start throwing some paint on. Yeah. Boy, that's almost as fun as the floor and almost as fun as sheetrock. Those three are all in the same category, and usually you got to do them all together. All right, as you've seen, I took this off. Now, the way this is, it's kind of interesting. The screws go through to the other side, but I think that is what's holding the glass in. So I'm not going to try to remove any of that. I'm going to be very careful shutting this door, but it's going to be much easier to paint that when it's off. So we're going to leave it like that. The outside's, you know, going to be a different color anyway, so I don't need to take that off now. When the time comes, I'll mask it off and paint it. I'm pretty good with a brush where I don't get a lot of stuff on there. Or you just paint it and you take a razor blade and scrape the paint off. That's the best way. So got everything cleaned up, well, except for that mess there I made. I'm going to put that outside for now. I'm going to need to spray it down with some cleaner and wash it. And then we can paint that. I'll do that first. I'm going to lay some paper and then we'll start painting. And this is why I put paper down. Boy, first pour, I spill it. And all over my hand. And now I got a dilemma. I ain't got nothing up here to wipe it with. It's starting out great, man. But I like the color. I mean, look how it just accents my luscious pink skin. I'm telling you, you can't beat that. All You always got to record the first stroke of paint. Get that out of the wall. Man, I am so glad I put that paper down. That would have been a catastrophe. But nope, it's fine. All right, let me get this thing good and soaked up. We'll do a few test spots, and I won't bore you after that. All right. Oh yeah, I think that's gonna look good. I like it. That's what I was going for, man. Kind of a cedar color. Oh yeah, the light part of the cedar. Looks good. Maybe I should have wiped down the walls before I painted. I think I vacuumed them, so I don't see any dirt or anything. Oh, don't get on there, man. Come on, that's all right. It's gonna have trim. That's my answer to everything. It's gonna have trim. It is gonna have trim. That looks good. Ah, that's gonna make the place go pop. I don't know how good you can see that. Yeah, man. Let me go slow. Looks pretty good. All right, put this dude on time lapse and let's knock this wall out, and then we're going to go all through there. That's going to look like roasted ass until I get the trim and everything on there, but I got to go ahead and put the paint on it now. But once that trim's on, man, that's all going to be one nice transition from that angle to the straight little knee wall there. I hope I can get the outlet cover on over here. I didn't notice that. But let's get painting. Okay, let's get painting. Get your popcorn. Get your unsweet teas and waters. I'm not promoting anything with sugar, but get your popcorn. Oh, no, popcorn's not healthy for you either. Get some pork rinds and unsweet tea. Okay, let's go. All right, there's the first coat. I'm gonna like it. I think I'm gonna like it. Got all these painted. Now it's gonna have cedar trim. So I think it's gonna go good with the cedar. Of course, these will stay that color. You know, I would probably do all this a whole different color if it wasn't for that part. But to close this off would look horrible. I just need to have it all the same color. I ain't gonna paint it all again. That's fresh paint on there. And this thing here should be, we'll give it a little longer. Then I'll take a knife, cut straight down, do the best we can with it. But it looks good. That's first coat. Man, this stuff spreads very well. I mean, it goes a long way. You could see I didn't have to dip in there much. So I think I was a little worried about how this was gonna look down here. But I think it's going to be fine. It kind of needs to be a different color than this. Otherwise, it's too plain. But when all the trim is on everywhere, it's going to look a whole lot better. So, all right, let me let this dry for a while. I'm probably going to go outside and clean that grill that goes on that window. And I don't know if I'm going to paint this door today or not. I would like to. I already got my tools out. I'd like to start cutting on some trim, but I don't know. All right, I don't know how you can tell because of the light coming in, but actually I found another gallon of this stuff. And that's what I painted the door. It's still going to need another couple coats. I'm going to let this coat dry so I can get this back in there. I think that's going to look really good. Well, I'm not going to touch it, but this will probably need one more coat. But I don't want that sitting there like that all night because it's very, very windy right now. I don't want this window blowing out. It can only fall outward, but I don't want to doing that. So that's the first coat of the, I don't know what you call that color, cedar color. And I'm going to let that dry real good. It's already dry. I'm going to put another coat, but the day is getting late. It doesn't seem like I did a lot, but actually I did. You know, I had to put these boards on, and, you know, it just eats up your day. So we're going to get this finished painting. I won't film any more painting. So you'll see it when everything is painted. And tomorrow, I'm hoping we can start on the trim. That is where it's going to start saying, hey, we're a room now. It'll say that. You have to listen real good, but it'll say that. But with that being said, guys, I am trying to be an ass crack free channel. But you know what? Once in a while, if I'm bending down doing something, it's probably going to happen. We all have one. And if you don't have one, no wonder you're so angry about it. Because you probably ain't pooped in your life. I'm telling you, I should edit that part out, but you know I won't. But anyway, we're getting there, slowly but surely. You know, I'm not spending 10 hours a day on this project. I'm coming up, working a few hours. I got 2 other channels. I haven't made any videos for that yet. So we're going to get this one up for you. And hey, man, what do you think of the color? I know it's hard to tell, but when there is cedar trim everywhere, I think that's going to look really good. If not, I'll go pick another color. Probably not. I'll live with it. Thanks for watching. Happy trails.